Chapter 461, Competition. After a while, the watchman Bevan revealed a shocked expression. He successfully passed? It's only been that long in Primal Chaos City and he actually passed the third level? Even though it was said that the initial improvements were easy, it would get harder and more profound later. Bolin was simply sick. Of the other geniuses from that batch, Rong Jun had passed the first level. The rest had all failed, yet Bolin actually passed the third level. Within the warriors training in Primal Chaos City, which formed the 52 sects, most of them had chosen the path of the huge axe, because many with backgrounds knew that this particular tablet was from the founder of the Huge Axe Dojo. And amongst the 52 tablets, the Huge Axe Heavenly Bridge had the highest number of levels. The Huge Axe sect has the most people. The Universe sect had the least. Universe, why universe? From the ancient times, the universe represented both space and time. This sect was termed the Universe sect mainly because it trained in both of the two biggest laws, space and time. As the two laws were the hardest to comprehend, being able to comprehend one was already incredibly difficult, much less both. However, when one actually comprehended both, his power would be terrifying. He passed the third level? Passing the third level, doesn't that mean he can go listen to classes already? I heard the number one from the latest genius battle, who has been in Primal Chaos City for less than a year, had actually passed the third level. It's unbelievable. Normally, from the 1,000 geniuses from each genius battle, after training hard for 30 years in Primal Chaos City, only few manage to actually pass the third level in the end. This Bolin, he's far ahead of the others. Passing the third level was a breakthrough. The moment one passes the third level, it meant he had already grasped the tablet's basics. Only at this time did he have the right to go listen to the sect leaders speak, like True Yen Emperor or Black Mist Emperor. They all taught classes. Passing the 18th level, one could become an eternal member of Primal Chaos City. These people were eventually able to open one's own sub-sect and teach classes. Virtual Universe, Yuxian Mountain Primal Region Training Grounds. Wearing a bull helmet and carrying a huge axe, the strong-looking warrior Long Yun looked at the screen on his arm and was completely shocked. Third level, Bolin actually passed the third level? How did he improve so quickly? Why? Long Yun couldn't help but grip his axe tightly. Crackling sounds could be heard as he grit his teeth and struggled. How come I can't even pass the first level? Why is the difference between me and Bolin so large? Long Yun was similar to Bolin in the fact that they both entered the primal region from this genius competition. Not long after entering Primal Chaos City, Bolin and Rong Jun took the spotlight, making Long Yun incredibly unhappy. It was because he was a member of the primal region. He was the number 2 of the competition. However, now even the absolute beginning region Rong Jun had passed the first level, and yet he hadn't. Hence, he had been working very hard. A few days ago he had tried again. However, he still failed. Who would have thought that now Bolin actually even passed the third level? Is the difference between us really that huge? Long Yun knelt down painfully, grabbing the floor. What, Bolin passed the third level? This news almost simultaneously reached Rong Jun, Luo Feng, Jiang Mo, Wuka and others. As they were spending large amounts of time within the city and outside hunting, they would bump into each other and get to know each other. When one acquired such news, he would immediately send it to inform the others. This Bolin has passed the third level. I don't believe that I can't even pass the first. Wooka waved his fist and his consciousness entered the virtual universe network. Third level? Jia Lai Shi also entered the virtual universe network. The difference can't be that big. Jiang Mo and Qian Shui, the siblings, both entered to try the heavenly bridge. I was originally preparing to wait till my 4 blades became one. I wanted to try with full guarantee. Who would have thought Bolin would improve this quickly? Then I'll go try now. Luo Feng was affected by Bolin too. Gritting his teeth, he went to the heavenly bridge as well to try. A group of geniuses all training in Primal Chaos City, naturally they were all secretly competitive. When they first arrived and Bolin passed both the first and second levels, everybody accepted it. After all, he was indeed very strong. However, now after 8 months, Bolin actually passed the third level. One had to know 8 months earlier, he couldn't pass the third level, meaning his improvement over these 8 months was huge. Up TED chapters nnvelbin.com. Also, each level on the heavenly bridge got increasingly difficult. Bolin's improvement had sparked the pride within the other geniuses. From the remaining surviving 913 geniuses, about 100 of them all chose to give it a shot after receiving the news. Virtual Universe, Heavenly Bridge. That beautiful island was enshrouded by mist, the watchman Bevan still dressed in his black star robe. At this time youth after youth appeared on the island. So many people. When Luo Feng appeared on the island, with a glance he spotted the Manka Prince along with other heaven and ground region, last phase region geniuses. 9 Universe Bridge, Luo Feng. Watchman Bevan smiled, "Go on, there's currently no one." Luo Feng couldn't help but smile. "All the best, Luo Feng." Wooka waved his fist and shouted. "You too." Luo Feng smiled. "Let me inform you all, Jia Lai Shi from the same batch as you guys has just passed the first level." Watchman Bevan shouted. After Bolin and Rong Jun, he's the third to have completed the first level. Luo Feng, who was just getting ready to fly towards the first level, was stunned. The surrounding group of youths were all stunned too. Jia Lai Shi? Hypnotist Jia Lai Shi? Back then, during the genius battle, his reputation was extremely high. Many had even regarded him as being able to make it to number 2. He was however defeated by Madman Luo Feng, and was not able to enter the top 10. Hence he was dropped to the heaven and ground region. Even though he was in that region, strength was after all still strength. This time, he had passed the first level. Jia Lai Shi actually passed the first level? The group of youths couldn't accept it. Jia Lai Shi? Luo Feng snorted, becoming a beam of light and flying into the distant 9 Universe Bridge. Primal Chaos City was extremely vast, on a particular training balcony. Long Yun was almost like a wild bull, standing on the balcony, staring into the distant sky and muttering, "Jia Lai Shi passed the first level, and he's only a heaven and ground region member. I'm from the primal region. However, he managed to pass the first level and I'm still stuck." Disarray, his mind and heart was in a complete mess. This made Long Yun completely unable to train. Pain. Rage. He couldn't accept it. All sorts of emotions were eating away within. "Calm down. I need to stay calm." Ling Yun's gaze slowly focused. He said softly, "I cannot let my primal region member status become my prison. I need to forget my status and work hard to improve step by step." Yes, just like before, Long Yun was originally a very low-profile and steady person. But once his position rose swiftly due to becoming a powerful and high-ranked primal region member, And the fact that even the head of his guards was an Undying, even Undyings called him His Majesty, causing him to change. No matter, there's only 3 that have passed the first level currently, I'm not that far behind. Bolin, Rongjun, Jialaishi. Long Yun's gaze was filled with battle spirit. Long Yun frowned. When his consciousness entered the virtual universe network, he received the latest mail. Luo Feng had just passed the first level. The mail only had this one line, it was sent from Lancelot. Luo Feng? Long Yun stared wide-eyed. In his mind the images of the mad black-haired youth from before flashed. He was very clearly within the top 5 back then. His battle with Madman, accurately speaking, Madman didn't lose by his hands, but rather by the shrinking battle space. I definitely have to pass the first level, definitely. Long Yun's mind didn't have any other thoughts, just one, hard work. Jialaishi, Luo Feng, they've all passed the first level? Within Heaven and Ground region in Yuxiang Mountain, within a villa, Gusi Luo violently squeezed the wine glass in his hands. Red wine flowed down from the smashed glass, landing on the floor. Gusi Luo was a perfect genius. During the training space round he was ranked overall number 2. And during the top 10 battle, he matched against Rongjun. Their battle was the longest one of the lot. Finally he lost and he could only helplessly enter the Heaven and Ground region. However, even though he was in this region, his strength was still recognized. Gusi Luo, Jialaishi, they were all regarded as tragic geniuses in that competition, one losing to Rongjun and the other to Luo Feng. Both ended up in the Heaven and Ground region. Jialaishi, Luo Feng, they've all passed, why have I still failed? Gusi Luo gripped the broken shards, firmly gripping, the shards became powder and flowed down. The geniuses were all proud. Just a genius competition wasn't enough to make everyone submit. Even if they failed before, it didn't mean that they would remain weak. 30 years in Primal Chaos City, this was the true period of laying their foundations. They would all risk it all in these 30 years, wanting to best the other geniuses. Virtual Universe, Absolute Beginning Villa 1136, in the 3rd level of the building. In the study. The first level, I passed it easily this time. Luo Feng swiftly opened his laptop, his mood happy. The earlier battle in the first level wasn't as bad as he thought it would be. That similar opponent on the Dark Cloud shuttle, using the Nanshan armament, didn't unleash the Heavenly Blade formation. He only relied on the 3 powerful golden blades to battle. In truth, even though Luo Feng could control the 3 blades into one, they still weren't as perfect as the opponent's flexibility. Luckily he had the power of the blade domain. Its power was boosted greatly, allowing him to kill his opponent immediately. As for the second level, he gave it a shot but was defeated in one blow. Treasure Trove. Luo Feng opened the Treasure Trove mail and chose Techniques. Too troublesome. Luo Feng had no patience to browse slowly, immediately entering the words Floating Blood. D. On the laptop screen the Floating Blood manual's introduction appeared. Floating Blood technique, exchangeable for 800 points, Primal Region 70%, Absolute Beginning 80%, Heaven and Ground 905 and Last Phase full price. Very well. Luo Feng smiled, I'll buy it.